like the victims, like, you know, you've been stealing from us for years.
I think it was Paul Mooney who said, the comedian, he said something how like the black man is the most mimicked man. Most common
down to the hair. You see the dreadlocks everywhere now.
Everyone got dreadlocks. Everyone got this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? Trying to just imitate, you know, our culture as, you know, as a whole. Trying to, you know, basically just steal everything from us. So, you know, we can't be allowing that. You know, we got to keep what we got to ourselves. And if we do share, they're going to have to acknowledge that we're the ones who started it, not them.
Give us our credit.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. We don't need that credit.
Give us our credit. Let's see what else has been going on in the world, you guys? Oh, you know what I want to talk about? The shutdown. Not the shutdown. I'm sorry. The teachers protesting. The LAUSD teachers protesting.
They lost millions after what was the shutdown for? Like 3 days or?
It was a week.
It was a week. A full week.
It was my mom's a teacher. It was a full week, and I just feel like if LAUSD cares as much as they care about these teachers, that they would give the teachers what they want. And I don't feel like the teachers are asking for anything outrageous.
I mean,
like these classes are definitely overly impacted. My mom's, like I said, my mom's a teacher, so I've seen it firsthand. I'm a substitute teacher, and I see it like these. They do need smaller classroom sizes. Like they don't offer them anything to help them teach, and I just feel like.
It's not just affecting the teachers. I mean,
it's affecting
40
the students.
Yeah, 40 kids in a class in
didn't
elementary
learn
school.
for a whole week.
Like,
yeah,
what? Like that don't make no sense. Like 40 kids in a classroom. Like, there's no way that one teacher would be able to keep track of all them students. One, and two, like they're the ones who gotta buy the materials.
Yes,
so
and exactly. I told my mom, I said, you know what, like. Not to say that I didn't appreciate teachers before, but
I appreciate them even more now.
Now,
like,
when I did this, I did substituting, and I had a long-term subbing job, and I don't think I would ever in my life go into teaching because I see how much work that they put in, and I feel like they are very underappreciated.
Really,
100%.
Really.
Especially this generation of kids, they got to deal with coming up.
Because these generation of kids feel like they're entitled to everything. So, you know what I'm saying? Like
we sound like our parents. Like, no, but no, honestly, this generation of kids, like they are a little wild.
It's a whole nother beast.
Yep. But
millennials.
You know, it's good for the teachers though that they did that. They made a stand. They made a real impact. You know what I'm saying? How many schools? I'm not gonna lie, I don't know the number, but it was a lot. Government lost $28 million in wages, this, that, and the other. So you know what I'm saying? They made that impact, and they said, you know, we can do this. Like,
but this is just what I mean, like with this, like how it's so scary the world that we're in. Like the government shut down, teachers aren't teaching. Yeah. Like what?
Yeah. But I mean, something like that though is a step in the right direction with them teachers doing that because you know it shows that you know if we need something changed. We're going to have to do something similar to that, take it into our own hands. That way they wake up and realize, like, okay, look, these people are serious. Like, we need to start taking them serious and start taking what they say serious.
Exactly.
So, you know, just little things like that make a big difference in, you know, what we got going on in our movement.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back.
Hey.
Okay, wait, I'm sorry. I found this chance thing.
To tell the truth, but tell me you hide your lies away somewhere to hide away, yeah. You know it's nothing new, and I can find a new light today. Feeling like I'm fine today, yeah. No, I've been on the rise, I feel as if I can fly away somewhere to outer space, yeah. Take time to heal, I know you've been waiting for just a little break. Now's the perfect time to take, yeah. Waiting on moments, I'm taking my moments. Never hopelessly flowing, never hope he's opponent. I might combine my components and take a spaceship and soar it. My future's so damn enormous, not even Dora explore it, I mean.
All right, welcome back. That was Take Time by our guest K Swin.
And we back.
Hey.
Let me just say again, I appreciate you both. B-Dow.
Thank you.
Sebastian, K Swin. I appreciate you guys again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so let's just hop back into it. R. Kelly.
The Pied Piper.
Hey, you know what's funny? I never knew what that meant. You know what that means, though?
Oh,
you know what the Pied Piper is?
No, I just like it sounds hilarious.
He was a man who would basically like woo kids in, the younger kids in with his music. playing the.
It just that went over everybody's head.
And when
and
I had watched the documentary, and I was like, "What? I
Crazy,
never knew that."
right?
Being all young and naive, never knew that. It all makes sense now.
It does.
Like, why would you name yourself that? Like, I don't understand. Like,
all this coming out, like
Yeah.
like.
Did you end up? Did you watch that documentary?
I did.
All 6 hours of that?
Was it 6 hours?
I don't know.
I watched it all.
I know it's like six
I watched it all.
episodes, an hour each.
Yeah.
Like 1 or 2. Of it.
Yeah.
6 hours.
His,
I watched
his ex-wife or his
Uh-huh.
was going in on his ass.
Man.
She was relentless. She didn't care. She said, "This is my time to shine." Like,
feel
don't
me?
let him know about all this stuff.
Let it all hang out.
He's an evil person.
Well, yeah. So, what do you guys think about that? You feel like? Do you feel like everything? Did you guys watch it? Let's start up there.
I got about a couple episodes into it.
What
I
about
watched
you?
little bits and pieces, but
Do
you
you
know,
guys feel like anything that they said was embellished at all? That's what I've been hearing a lot.
I mean, without
I can't say.
without eyewitness accounts, like
Yeah,
without
I can't.
everyone else,
Yeah.
it's hard to believe, what just one person says, because you know what I'm saying. Like
The crazy thing, all their stories like just lined up so
Yeah.
perfectly. Like they all had the same type of encounter. Like
he bought them he bought them apartments out in a different
just
city or something like that.
Just the way he would, man, it was sickening. Just the way he would treat them like slaves, and they weren't allowed to
tied
look
up.
at
They weren't allowed to leave the house, and they were on leashes or whatever the situation was. You know what I'm saying? He got a game twisted, but
the crazy part about hearing about this story was just the relationship him and his mom had was just kind of really disturbing too. Like he was really
He was in love with her.
His mom. I'm like,
He asked her to marry him, right?
yeah,
that's when he was young, though. So I mean, like. All right, come on. Like, obviously not, but you feel me?
It was the thing with the cup situation. Like, he said he would take the glass she drunk off, turn it around where her lips been, and drink off the same
I
part.
missed that part.
Yeah, like
I watched that.
It's
weird for sure. It's weird for sure. So obviously he wasn't that young. If he remembers it like vividly,
But it's clear like R. Kelly has some.
He has a problem.
Some mental.
And I feel like that's where we need to learn to separate the artist from the person.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, you can't lie. His music, it slaps.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Ignition, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? All that. Like,
it's still bumping to this day.
Exactly. So, I feel like once we learn to separate who he is as an individual and then who he is as an artist, we can kind of just not make this, blow up like the way it is and just be like, you know what? He's going to get sentenced the way he's going to get sentenced. Let him,
But then people go back and say, because I've been hearing that a lot, separating the person from the artist. But then, people go back and say, even if you do that, you're still supporting the artist, which is still...
Yeah, because it's like, even us being rappers, people connect with the artist on a personal level, even with the music. That's why they kind of love the music, because they connect with you.
They can feel
who you are as a person. So, I get why people feel like, oh, hell no, I'm not playing any more of his, his music or whatever, because they probably had a connection. His songs, they related to it,
Yeah,
so
that's true.
How to find this out, it's like,
that's true.
What?
I mean, it's sad for us, man.
Because it definitely don't make us look good either. As an African American man,
not at all.
You know what I'm saying? It's just more like fuel to the fire. Like, let's just, we got some more shit on another African American. Let's throw it on the news. Let's make this going on CNN. Like,
right.
Like,
get him.
Yeah.
But like, speaking of that, like, what I've been hearing a lot of, how they've been so caught up with, broadcasting what Bill Cosby has done. They've been so caught up with, exploiting R. Kelly and what he has done. And I'm not no way at all saying like it was okay, because no, it wasn't.
Not okay.
Yeah.
But my thing is, if you guys are gonna make this documentary, this stuff on Lifetime about R. Kelly, like, why not do the same thing with Donald Trump? Because he's
been caught doing so much stuff,
like
like red-handed.
Swept under the carpet.
Yeah, like he's said out of his mouth how he's inappropriately been touching his women and this and that,
grabbing them there, this and that. The
exactly,
other place,
but like.
We ain't took the time to do that documentary.
What's the other guy's name? The in Hollywood, what's his name? The white man.
What do you do?
With the Me Too movement, Harvey Weinstein. Same thing with him. Like, why doesn't he get this documentary explaining what he's been doing?
Exactly.
Like, I just it just cracks me up how they made sure to
make another bad statement on the black community, and
exactly
shine the light on us for a minute, like, yeah, we like y'all music, but you know what I'm saying, y'all do one thing slip up, the spotlight's on y'all now. So I don't mean to bring this up, but Chris Brown going through something too. I didn't mean to, you know what I'm saying? What's going on with him?
I just feel like, again, like, I wasn't there, but I don't feel like Chris Brown raped anybody.
No,
like,
he done went through way too much to Rihanna.
And I just feel like they're trying so hard to.
Shut up,
they're
Rihanna.
trying so hard to break down the black man, especially if you're in the eye of the public. Like, you got money, like, they're gonna try their hardest.
Any kind of slip up, they're gonna try and catch you for it.
Anything. Same with Meek Mill. You know, when
it didn't
have anything to do with him. You know, like, you know, hurting a woman or anything. But he's been on probation how long?
Too long.
He went to jail for what? Writing a freaking AV, was it?
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah,
some
like
kind of something small, you know.
It's just they. I just feel like it's whatever they can do. Any mistake that the black man makes,
and it's not like we trying to play the victim. It's they straight up just going out of their way to, you know what I'm saying, tear us down. It's like, what can we do as a community to really like show them like, yo, leave us alone.
I almost feel like it's really nothing we can do. Like,
you have to be damn near perfect.
We have to be because we, especially as blacks, like black men, all this stuff going on, R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, Meek, like we have to have that mindset, and it sucks. It's like such a catch-22 where we know, especially being in the fame and the lights and the cameras, you have to know there's a target on your back just for being black. So you have to just know how to carry yourself. You know, you can't be out here doing all type of foolishness or just not even being.
You got to be careful.
You have to almost walk on eggshells, and
exactly.
And it's just the beautiful country of America. You know what I'm saying? So you know.
Speaking of this R. Kelly stuff, you know, Chance the Rapper had said something, and at first, when I first heard it, if you watched the documentary, you know, you saw it. He said that he didn't believe the accusers because they were black women.
I got a lot of love and respect for Chance the Rapper. I feel like, you know, obviously he could have spoke a little more clearly and, you know, been a little more specific, because when you're talking on social media, it's going to get portrayed one way. And if it's somewhat negative, it's going to be portrayed in the most negative way. So when you say something, you really got to be
detailed.
You know what I'm saying? What was it on? What did he drop it on? Like Twitter?
I think it was Instagram. Like, he posted something.
I would prefer. It was like a Twitter post.
Something like that.
I would prefer a video. Like, I'm gonna need you to say it. I need to hear what you're saying from your mouth, so I know how it's coming out. Like, exactly, I know how you're saying it, because you know he could have been saying something in the most respectful way, but you know.
Well, it was on the documentary. He just kind of. He just kind of just said it. Like, it was kind of as if he was almost like in like a daze to me. He was just kind of like, I didn't believe them because they were, you know, it was just
he was in shock almost.
But you know, he spoke out and he said the quote was taken out of context, but the truth is, any of us who ever ignored the R. Kelly stories or ever believed he was being set up or attacked by the system, as black men often are, which they are, but they were being set up and attacked and at the detriment of black women and black girls. I apologize to all of his survivors for working with him and for taking this long to speak out. Now, see, that part I do kind of agree, because I feel like just, you know, being young, a lot of the times when we see stuff like this happen, it's always like, it's usually a black woman who is the one like, oh, so-and-so did this. Like the Usher thing. With the whole herb. It was a black woman. And immediately everyone's like, no.
Shout out Usher.
But everybody was like, no, she's lying. No, I don't believe. But even way back when this R. Kelly stuff was.
You know, if something happened at a place you were working and you were able to get a check from it, but it didn't really happen to you, would you do it? Like, say there was like a whole, like, you know what I'm saying, like a lawsuit placed against, say someone was working at Target, would you know what I'm saying, you were working there at the time being that lawsuit was filed, you gonna get that check though if they send you like, oh, all you gotta do is fill out this paperwork and go get this check. You would do it?
No, wait, that's me?
I'm asking you. You wouldn't do it? Because I feel like that's what these women are doing. Yeah. Like, they're like, oh, okay, well, I've seen R. Kelly. Like, I've met him in person, so, you know, I'm going to play the victim, too, and try and get this quick little check.
I couldn't do it.
Nah, just like I said, it just goes back to the morals and values. Like, you know,
a lot of these little girls probably lying, you know, to get that check.
You see it in today's world, too. Like, you know, you have our natural queen black women, and you have this
The
separate
Instagram
group of people,
models.
the clout, and
Whoa,
Yes, the
that
clout
was going
chasing.
on right there.
Yes.
Same with black men. You have our kings, natural hair. You
Yeah.
know, then you have our
The
other
knockoffs,
side. So it's
the real
it's,
knockoffs.
And it just goes back to like how I feel like I do feel like the black woman she's not appreciated enough. I feel like she's degraded too much by her own